a new sense of mastery. For it could be a hobby, but it could also be for your career, and it could also just be like a spiritual journey that you were really working on. Then we have the Empress reversed, Page of Cups, Five of Wands, the Chariot reversed, Nine of Discs, Five of Discs, Queen of Discs, Page of Discs, Seven of Discs, Page of Wands, Four of Cups, Ace of Cups, and then the Five of Swords. You have a lot of earth energy. You have a lot of pentacles in your reading. Okay, so this is, this month is going to be focused a lot on the earthly realm and on finances. In the center we have the Empress, so this could be like a writer's block in a way, feeling stagnant, feeling like you can't bring things to fruition, that it's not coming together. You don't feel as beautiful, you don't feel as content in yourself, something feels off. And that can make this makes sense, seeing as we are in Mercury retrograde. So the first half of the month you just will probably feel really, really off, not yourself. And then you'll start to gain momentum as the month continues on. Yeah, so this is feeling a little out of balance, just not feeling as sassy as you should, Aquarius. In love we have the Page of Cups, and then the Five of Wands. So this is a message that's coming in, the emotional message. And I mean, it's a sweet message. It's something good. It's something pure. It's something truly love, almost and unconditional. The Page of Cups is can be very naive, but is very clear and beautiful. And we have the Five of Wands and then the Chariot. So Aquarius, what I'm getting from this is that this message is coming to you, but you're trying to fight it. You're trying to fight what's coming in. You don't believe them. You don't believe it, and so you're putting the brakes on the relationship. You're saying, no, I don't want to move forward. I don't trust what is going on here. And for a lot of you, it's just going to be out of fear because you just don't feel yourself this month. You don't feel connected to you. So your choices are going to reflect that, Aquarius, that you feel out of your skin. And so you're trying to protect yourself in a way, saying, I'm not ready for these declarations of love. I'm not ready to start this new relationship. I need to take a break. I can't go on with you. And for a small portion of them, it could be, that your lover, your partner, is giving declarations to somebody else. And you guys are going to fight over that, and then you have to end the relationship. So that could be the case for some of you, is that, you find out that your partner is not giving their love to you, but to someone else. And you have to take care of yourself, and that could be why you don't feel so wonderful this month too, is because you've lost somebody who you really care about. And it could be because you've been so focused on career and where you are going in career in December, that you forgot to take care of this relationship, which is still no excuse for them to jump ship without letting you know ahead of time. There's no excuse for that, but that could be one of the reasons why, is because your focus is not really on relationships. And so single Aquarians, you could be getting somebody saying, hey, I really care about you, let's try this, let's go out on some more dates, let's get to know each other. And you're kind of like, nah, I don't think so. Nah, let's go on like one date a month. I'm not ready to move this forward any faster. In career, we have the Nine of Discs reversed, and then the Five of Discs, and then the Queen of Discs, which is all, earthly financial realm. And it's interesting that it's in career. So the Nine of Discs has a very similar feel to the Empress. It's once again, and it's also in reverse. So you're just not feeling good about where you are in your career. You don't feel, you know, content. You don't feel beautiful in it. You don't feel like it's reflective of who you truly are. And you just don't, feel fertile. Like there's just, you feel stuck and you don't feel creative. And so this makes you feel like, oh gosh, am I going to lose my job? Am I going to get kicked out? What's happening here? I just don't feel like myself. But you have the Queen of Discs here, Aquarius. And so I feel like at the end of the day, somebody is going to be like, hey, I see your potential. I see where you're going. I see that you're also in a funk. And so we're going to have to do something about that. But I think you're going to get help, especially because the Queen of Discs, she is looking beyond this card. She's looking to the future, and this is kind of where you feel kind of dismal, like, oh, no one's going to help me. I'm never going to get to where I want to be. But they're like, I'm here for you. I've got this when it comes to career. And it could be that you've been lethargic, you haven't been yourself, and so you do get laid off. But there's somebody there to help you kind of find a new job, find a new position, and get back on path. So at the end of the day, it all works out and it gets you back to where you actually need to be. In finances, we have the Page of Discs, the Seven of Discs, and then the Page of Wands. So having, two pages are a lot of messages coming in, and it's a message about your money, and it could absolutely be linked to career here. Let's start with the Seven of Discs, because I feel like the cards should be read this way. The Seven of Discs in reverse is like you're just, you're not seeing the return. You're not seeing it because it's not really there. Aquarius. Okay. Yeah, it's just you might have went through all the motions, but it's just not there. You're just not making the money that you should be. And I think you might have gotten some bad advice, but it was advice that had so much heart and emotion behind it. You went along with it because it pulled at your heartstrings, and so it's like almost like, I feel like a Ponzi scheme in a way. Somebody was taking you for a ride, like being like, selling sadness, selling depression, selling other people being worse off than you, and so you were like, okay, I can get behind that. But we have the Page of Wands here, and so this message here is like trying to get the Seven of Discs back upright, get some growth going instead of letting it kind of everything fall to the wayside. And so this message, I think, after this situation has happened, it could be an accountant, it could be a friend. It's just somebody is coming in and saying, hey, hold up. This wasn't a good situation, but we can rectify it and you can go on, Aquarius. So it's going to be okay, but it's just going to take a lot of work. So it's really interesting to have the Page of Wands and the Queen of Discs. I feel like these are two separate people, but you have people on your side looking for in your best interest. In health, we have the Four of Cups, and then we have the Ace of Cups, and then the Five of Swords. So I think you're just not ready to deal with when it comes to like the mind, body, soul connection. You're over it. You're over trying to get things back on track. You're actually fighting for the negative side. You're fighting for the cake. You're fighting for being lethargic because you have too much on your plate. You're too tired. You don't have time to think about this. And it's too overwhelming. There's too much. I can't do it. And so, but in actuality, what you need to do is just do one thing, because this is, with the Four of Cups, it's being saturated, being overwhelmed, not wanting any more, turning things away. And then the Ace of Cups is a stilted beginning, so it could be a very slow moving beginning, but it's not moving at the pace that it could be. And the Five of Swords in reverse is, having a fight for no reason. There's nothing behind it. There's nothing that is to be gained. So I definitely get the sense that you're fighting things that are not in your best interest. So if you hear yourself say, I don't have time, I am too busy, I cannot do this because I am too tired. If you say those things, think of where they're actually coming from. Because a lot of times if you just start them and just do at least just a pinch of it, just a pinch, then things start to shift. Okay, so Spirit was like, there we go, mediumship right there. I didn't even have to ask. They're like, don't ask, Julie, we got this. Angels want you to know about mediumship. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. So this could be your connection to getting back to your beautiful side, getting back to your spiritual side, feeling a connection with yourself, with earth, with everything around you, in order for you to turn some things around. Like this relationship you're in could be going south, but if you're strong in yourself and you feel the support of your ancestors and you feel not alone, it makes it so much easier to deal with. Same with finances and career. If you feel the support of all those who came before you, just kind of slowly guiding you forward on your path, then it makes it so much easier and more enjoyable to go on that path, because you're on the right one. So especially with mediumship, if you have things, coincidences happening, then, that's a sign from Spirit saying, hey, you're going the right way. And if you see, departed loved ones in your mind's eye, but also you see their name on a street sign or in a menu, understand they are there to help you. And if you feel stuck and lost, you can call on them and they will help you get to where you need to be.